Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into the fascinating life of Donald Trump, but in a way that's clear, simple, and perfect for improving your English. Whether you already know about him or are hearing his story for the first time, this video will help you improve your English listening skills while learning about an important historical figure. This video is perfect for you because I'll speak in clear, simple English, making it easy to follow along and improve your listening skills effortlessly. Plus, the subtitles will be on screen so you can read and listen at the same time. This will help you understand new words, improve your pronunciation, and build confidence in English. So, are you ready? Get comfortable, focus your ears, and let's explore Donald Trump's journey together. You'll learn not only about Donald Trump's journey from a businessman to a US president, but also gain useful vocabulary and phrases that you can use in daily life. Let's get started. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He grew up in a wealthy family, but his journey to success was just beginning. His father, Fred Trump, was a highly successful real estate developer who built affordable housing in New York. His mother, Mary McLeod Trump, was originally from Scotland and moved to the United States in search of new opportunities. Donald was the fourth of 5 children in the Trump family, growing up alongside his siblings Mary Ann, Fred Jr., Elizabeth, and Robert. In a big, competitive family, he quickly learned the values of discipline and ambition, qualities that would later define his career. As a child, Donald was full of energy and sometimes got into trouble. His father believed in hard work and discipline, values he instilled in all his children. From a young age, Donald saw how his father ran his real estate business, which sparked his interest in business and leadership. Despite growing up in a wealthy family, Donald's parents didn't let their children take success for granted. They emphasized discipline and perseverance, shaping Donald's work ethic from an early age. This strong foundation helped shape Donald Trump into the ambitious businessman he would later become. Donald Trump grew up in Queens, New York, where he attended Q Forest School, a private school known for its strong academic program. However, young Donald was full of energy and sometimes got into trouble. His parents, especially his father, wanted him to develop discipline, responsibility, and leadership skills. So, at the age of 13, they made a life-changing decision. They sent him to the New York Military Academy, NYMA. At MIME, Donald thrived in the disciplined environment. He sharpened his leadership skills, built confidence, and learned valuable lessons that would shape his future. He excelled in academics and sports, becoming the captain of the baseball team and earning respect from his peers. This experience gave him confidence and a strong foundation in leadership, preparing him for the challenges ahead. After graduating from the military academy, Donald Trump enrolled at Fordham University in New York City. He spent 2 years there before deciding to transfer to a more prestigious institution. In 1966, he moved to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, one of the top business schools in the country. At Wharton, Donald studied economics and real estate, gaining valuable knowledge about the industry that his father had already built a successful career in. He graduated in 1968 with a degree in economics, ready to enter the world of business. While at Wharton, he continued to learn from his father, who taught him about real estate development, deal-making, and business strategy. His education at Wharton and the lessons from his father set the stage for his future career. Armed with business knowledge and leadership experience, Donald Trump was now ready to take on the world of real estate and entrepreneurship. After graduating from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania in 1968, Donald Trump immediately joined his father's company, the Trump Organization. His father, Fred Trump, was already a highly successful real estate developer, specializing in building affordable housing in Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. However, Donald had bigger ambitions. He wanted to expand the family business beyond these boroughs and into the heart of Manhattan, where the most prestigious real estate deals were made. In the 1970s, Donald Trump set his sights on a struggling property in Midtown Manhattan, the Commodore Hotel, which was located near Grand Central Terminal. At the time, the hotel was in serious decline, losing money, and at risk of shutting down. But Trump saw potential. He believed that if he could renovate and transform the building, it could become a major success. To make this project happen, Trump used his negotiation skills to secure a deal with the city of New York. He convinced the government to grant him a 40-year tax abatement, which significantly reduced property taxes on the hotel. This was a bold and strategic move. It allowed him to secure financing from banks and investors, even though he was still young and relatively new to the business world. After years of renovations and bold negotiations, the struggling Commodore Hotel transformed into the Grand Hyatt in 1980. Trump's first big win in the world of high-end real estate. The transformation restored the hotel's reputation and made it one of the most popular hotels in New York City. More importantly, it put Donald Trump's name on the map as a rising star in the real estate industry. This project marked his first major success and proved that he had the vision, negotiation skills, and determination to reshape New York City's skyline. With the success of the Grand Hyatt, Trump was now ready to take on even bigger projects and build his real estate empire. After the success of the Grand Hyatt Hotel, Donald Trump set his sights on an even bigger project, one that would make his name a symbol of luxury and power. In 1983, he completed the construction of Trump Tower, a 58-story skyscraper located on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. This glass-covered high-rise was not just an office building, it also featured luxury apartments and high-end retail stores. The grand atrium, marble floors, gold accents, and indoor waterfall made it one of the most glamorous buildings in New York City. Trump Tower became his signature achievement, drawing attention from celebrities, business elites, and international investors. With his success in New York real estate, Trump looked for new opportunities, and he found them in Atlantic City, New Jersey, a booming destination for casinos and resorts. In the 1980s, he expanded into the gaming and entertainment industry, acquiring properties such as Trump Plaza, Trump Castle, and the Trump Taj Mahal. The Trump Taj Mahal, which opened in 1990, was the largest casino in the world at the time, featuring an extravagant design and over 120,000 square feet of gaming space. His investments in Atlantic City's casino industry made him one of the most recognizable names in hospitality and gaming. Beyond casinos and hotels, Donald Trump had an even bigger vision. He wanted to turn his name into a global brand. In the 1990s and early 2000s, he licensed the Trump name to various projects around the world, including luxury apartments, golf courses, and commercial buildings. Trump-branded properties began appearing in cities like Chicago, Las Vegas, Miami, Vancouver, Dubai, and Manila. He also expanded into golf resorts, building and acquiring high-end golf courses in the United States, Scotland, and other international locations. By the early 2000s, the Trump name had become a powerful brand associated with wealth, luxury, and high-status living. Whether through real estate, hotels, casinos, or golf resorts, Donald Trump had built an empire that stretched across the United States and beyond. His ability to market his name as a symbol of success played a key role in making him one of the most famous businessmen in the world. Despite his early success in real estate and casinos, Donald Trump faced serious financial difficulties in the 1990s. The economic downturn and declining casino revenues put heavy pressure on his business empire. Many of his Atlantic City casinos, including the Trump Taj Mahal, Trump Plaza, and Trump Castle, struggled with massive debts. At the same time, his investments in high-profile real estate projects put him in a risky financial position. By the early 1990s, Trump was in billions of dollars in debt. Some of his businesses filed for bankruptcy protection to restructure their finances. However, instead of walking away, Trump negotiated with banks and investors to reorganize his debt. He was forced to sell several assets, including an airline, Trump Shuttle, a yacht, Trump Princess, and a stake in the Plaza Hotel in New York. Despite these setbacks, he managed to avoid personal bankruptcy and kept control of his most valuable properties. Over time, Trump rebuilt his business empire by focusing on branding and licensing. He shifted away from directly owning casinos and hotels and instead licensed his name to properties and businesses worldwide. This strategy allowed him to continue expanding his influence in real estate, entertainment, and other industries. By the 2000s, he had successfully revived his brand and regained his status as a leading businessman. His ability to navigate financial crises and adapt to changing markets became a defining part of his business career. In 2004, Donald Trump made a surprising move from real estate and business into television. He became the host and executive producer of The Apprentice, a reality TV show where contestants competed in business-related challenges for a chance to work in the Trump Organization. Each week, contestants faced different tasks, such as launching products, managing companies, and developing marketing strategies. Those who performed poorly were eliminated in the boardroom, leading to the show's most iconic moment, Trump's famous catchphrase, "You're fired." The show became an instant success, attracting millions of viewers in the United States and worldwide. Trump's strong personality, business expertise, and direct leadership style made him a compelling TV figure. His no-nonsense attitude and dramatic decision-making process added entertainment value, turning The Apprentice into one of the most watched reality shows of its time. Viewers were fascinated by the high-stakes business environment and Trump's ability to mentor and critique contestants. The show's success significantly increased Trump's popularity beyond the business world. He was no longer just a real estate mogul. He became a household name in entertainment. His appearances on television made him a recognizable brand, leading to numerous endorsements, guest appearances, and even a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2007. Due to the massive success of The Apprentice, Trump later launched a spin-off version called Celebrity Apprentice, where famous actors, athletes, and public figures competed for charity. This version further cemented his influence in pop culture. By the time he ended his run on The Apprentice in 2015, Trump had transformed from a businessman into a TV personality with global recognition. His time on television played a key role in shaping his public image, ultimately helping him build a strong base of supporters when he later entered politics. In 1977, Donald Trump married Ivana Trump, a Czech model, athlete, and businesswoman. Ivana was born in Czechoslovakia and had a background in skiing and modeling before moving to the United States. The two met in New York City and quickly became one of the most high-profile couples of the time. Together, they became a power couple, with Ivana playing an active role in Trump's business ventures. She held executive positions in the Trump Organization, including managing Trump Tower and overseeing several of his hotels and casinos. During their 15-year marriage, Donald and Ivana had 3 children, all of whom later became heavily involved in the Trump family business. Donald Trump Jr., born 1977. The eldest son, Donald Jr., followed in his father's footsteps and took on a leadership role within the Trump Organization. He became an executive vice president and has been active in real estate, branding, and political campaigns. Ivanka Trump, born 1981, Ivanka became one of the most recognizable members of the Trump family. She worked as an advisor to her father during his presidency, focusing on economic initiatives and women's empowerment. Before that, she built a successful fashion brand and played a key role in the family's real estate empire. Eric Trump, born 1984, like his siblings, Eric also became a key figure in the Trump Organization, overseeing hotels, golf courses, and international properties. He has played a major role in expanding the family's business operations. Despite their successful partnership in both family and business, Donald and Ivana's marriage faced challenges. The relationship became strained in the late 1980s, and by 1992, they divorced. The split was highly publicized, making headlines across tabloids and newspapers. However, over the years, the two remained on good terms. Ivana often spoke fondly of Donald, referring to him as a smart businessman and a good father to their children. Even after their divorce, Ivana continued to be a successful businesswoman, launching her own fashion and beauty brands. She and Donald maintained a respectful relationship, frequently supporting their children together. Their marriage played a significant role in shaping Donald Trump's personal and public life, marking the beginning of his high-profile relationships. In 1993, Donald Trump married Marla Maples, an American actress and television personality. The two had met in the late 1980s, and their relationship quickly became a topic of public interest. Unlike Trump's first wife, Ivana, who was heavily involved in his business empire, Marla was primarily focused on her acting and entertainment career. That same year, they welcomed their only child together, Tiffany Trump, born on October 13, 1993. Tiffany was named after the famous Tiffany & Company jewelry store, which is located next to Trump Tower in New York City. Unlike her older siblings, Tiffany was raised primarily by her mother in California. She later pursued her education at Georgetown Law School, where she studied law. Despite their glamorous wedding at the Plaza Hotel in New York, Donald and Marla's marriage did not last long. Their relationship was often in the spotlight, and after 6 years together, they divorced in 1999. Following the divorce, Marla focused on raising Tiffany and largely stayed out of the Trump business and political world. Although their marriage was brief, Tiffany remained close to her father, especially during his presidency, when she occasionally appeared at campaign events and family gatherings. In 2005, Donald Trump married Melania Knaus, a Slovenian-born model. The two met at a New York fashion event in 1998, and despite their differences in background, they quickly formed a strong connection. Melania had moved to the United States in the 1990s to pursue a career in modeling and eventually became a US citizen in 2006. Their wedding was a lavish ceremony held in Palm Beach, Florida, at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. It was attended by many high-profile guests, including celebrities and political figures. Melania wore a custom Dior gown, which reportedly took 1,000 hours to make. A year later, in 2006, they welcomed their only child together, Baron William Trump. Baron has largely stayed out of the public eye compared to his older siblings. He is fluent in both English and Slovenian, thanks to his mother, and has been described as having a keen interest in sports and technology. As First Lady, 2017 to 2021, Melania Trump focused on initiatives promoting children's well-being, most notably her Be Best campaign, which aimed to combat cyberbullying and support mental health awareness. Even after Donald Trump's presidency, she has remained a private yet influential figure in the Trump family. In addition to being a businessman and former president, Donald Trump is also a proud grandfather. His children have built their own families, giving him a growing number of grandchildren. His eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., has 5 children with his ex-wife, Vanessa Trump. His daughter, Ivanka Trump, is married to Jared Kushner, and together they have 3 children, Arabella, Joseph, and Theodore. Eric Trump and his wife, Lara Trump, have 2 children, bringing the total number of Donald Trump's grandchildren to 10. Despite his busy schedule, Trump has spoken fondly about being a grandfather. He enjoys spending time with his grandkids, often sharing moments with them at Mar-a-Lago, his Florida estate. He has mentioned in interviews that family is very important to him, and he takes pride in watching the next generation grow. While his public image is often centered around business and politics, his role as a grandfather shows a more personal side of him, one that values family, tradition, and legacy. For many years, Donald Trump was vocal about politics, frequently sharing his opinions on economic policies, trade, and foreign affairs in interviews and on social media. He often criticized past administrations and hinted at the idea of running for office. However, it wasn't until 2015 that he officially made the decision to enter the political arena. On June 16, 2015, standing in Trump Tower, Donald Trump made a shocking announcement. He was running for president, with promises to shake up Washington, revive the economy, and strengthen borders. His campaign quickly became one of the most talked about in modern history. His campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," quickly became one of the most recognizable phrases in modern politics. Trump positioned himself as an outsider, someone who had never been a politician but had the business experience to fix Washington. He promised to bring back jobs, strengthen the country's borders, and negotiate better trade agreements with nations like China and Mexico. One of his most controversial campaign promises was building a wall along the US-Mexico border to stop illegal immigration. He also spoke about lowering taxes and bringing manufacturing jobs back to the US. These bold statements, combined with his straightforward and sometimes controversial speaking style, made him a divisive but extremely popular candidate among many Americans. Despite initial skepticism from political experts and the media, his campaign quickly gained momentum. He used social media, particularly Twitter, to communicate directly with voters, bypassing traditional news outlets. His rallies attracted massive crowds, and his message resonated with millions of Americans who felt left behind by the political establishment. With his business background, strong campaign messaging, and ability to dominate media coverage, Trump became the Republican front-runner, setting the stage for one of the most unexpected and historic elections in US history. The 2016 US presidential election was one of the most highly contested and surprising elections in modern history. Donald Trump, running as a Republican, faced Hillary Clinton, the Democratic nominee and former Secretary of State. Clinton was widely expected to win, as she had strong political experience and the support of many established politicians. However, Trump's populist message, unconventional campaign style, and appeal to working-class voters helped him gain massive support. Throughout the campaign, Trump focused on job creation, immigration control, and draining the swamp in Washington. He criticized government corruption and promised to bring real change by running the country like a business. His direct, often unfiltered communication style resonated with many voters who felt ignored by traditional politicians. On November 8, 2016, Trump won the presidency after securing 304 electoral votes, defeating Clinton, who had 227. Despite losing the popular vote by nearly 3 million votes, Trump's victory in key battleground states such as Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin secured his path to the White House. On January 20, 2017, Donald Trump was officially sworn in as the 45th President of the United States, marking the beginning of a new and highly debated era in American politics. During his time as the 45th President of the United States, 2017 to 2021, Donald Trump introduced several key policies that shaped his presidency. While many supporters praised his leadership and economic policies, he also faced significant controversies and political opposition. One of Trump's biggest achievements was in the economy. He lowered corporate and individual taxes through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which he claimed would boost business growth and create jobs. During his presidency, unemployment rates dropped and the stock market reached new highs. However, critics argued that the tax cuts mainly benefited the wealthy and increased the national debt. On immigration, Trump focused on strengthening border security, particularly by building a wall along the US-Mexico border. His administration enforced strict immigration policies, including the controversial family separation policy at the border, which received worldwide criticism. In foreign policy, Trump became the first sitting US president to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. He hoped to negotiate the denuclearization of North Korea, but no long-term agreement was reached. He also pursued a tough stance on China, leading to a trade war that affected global markets. Trump attempted to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, as part of his healthcare reforms, but his efforts were blocked by Congress, even within his own party. One of the biggest controversies of his presidency was his impeachment in 2019. The House of Representatives impeached Trump over allegations of pressuring Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden, his political rival. However, the Senate acquitted him, allowing him to remain in office. Trump's presidency was filled with both achievements and controversies, making him one of the most divisive figures in modern US politics. In 2020, Donald Trump ran for re-election against Joe Biden, the Democratic candidate and former vice president. The election took place during the COVID-19 pandemic, which became a major issue in the campaign. Trump promoted reopening the economy, while Biden focused on a more cautious pandemic response plan. After months of campaigning, the election was held on November 3, 2020. With a record-breaking voter turnout, Biden won both the popular vote and the Electoral College, making him the 46th president of the United States. Trump, however, refused to concede, claiming that the election was rigged and that there was widespread voter fraud, though no evidence was found to support these claims. The situation escalated on January 6, 2021, when a group of Trump's supporters stormed the US Capitol during the certification of the election results. The riot led to violence, destruction, and several deaths, marking one of the most shocking events in modern US history. Following the attack, Trump was impeached for the second time, this time for inciting an insurrection, but was again acquitted by the Senate. On January 20, 2021, Joe Biden was inaugurated as president. Breaking with tradition, Trump did not attend the inauguration, becoming the first outgoing president in over 150 years to skip the ceremony. Instead, he left the White House early that morning and flew to his residence in Mar-a-Lago, Florida. Despite his defeat, Trump remains an influential figure in American politics, with strong support from millions of followers who believe in his policies and leadership. After leaving the White House on January 20th, 2021, Donald Trump returned to his business empire and continued to be a strong voice in American politics. Even though he was no longer president, he remained one of the most talked about figures in the country. He frequently commented on political events, criticized the Biden administration, and expressed his views on issues like immigration, the economy, and foreign policy. Despite his time in politics, Trump never fully stepped away from his business ventures. He still owns many luxury hotels, golf courses, and real estate properties across the world under the Trump Organization. His brand remains well known, and many of his properties continue to attract wealthy clients and supporters. Trump also maintained a loyal base of supporters, particularly among Republicans and conservative voters. Many of them continued to believe in his policies and leadership style. Even after leaving office, he held rallies across the country, where thousands of people gathered to hear him speak. His influence in the Republican Party remained strong, as he endorsed candidates who supported his ideas and helped shape the party's future direction. The 2024 election. Will Trump run again? Since leaving office, Trump has hinted multiple times that he might run for president again in 2024. In several speeches and interviews, he stated that his movement was far from over and that he still had unfinished business in Washington. His potential candidacy has sparked mixed reactions among Americans. Many of his supporters are excited about the possibility of his return. They believe he is the strongest Republican candidate and that he could bring back his policies on tax cuts, deregulation, and strict immigration laws. They also see him as a fighter who stands up against political elites and the media. However, others, including some Republicans, prefer new leadership. They argue that Trump's presidency was too controversial and that the Republican Party should focus on fresh faces and new ideas for the future. Some fear that if he runs again, it could divide the party and make it harder for Republicans to win elections. Whether Trump will officially announce his candidacy remains uncertain. If he does, he will likely be one of the most watched and debated candidates in modern political history. One thing is clear: Donald Trump continues to be a powerful force in both American politics and business, and his influence is unlikely to fade anytime soon. Donald Trump's life is a story of ambition, determination, and resilience. From a young man working in his father's real estate business to becoming a global business mogul, a reality TV star, and eventually the 45th President of the United States, his journey has been filled with remarkable achievements and major challenges. Born into a wealthy family, Trump did not settle for an easy life. Instead, he worked to expand the Trump Organization, making a name for himself in real estate, branding, and entertainment. He built some of the most famous skyscrapers, hotels, and casinos in the world, including Trump Tower in New York City. His ability to market himself and his business empire turned his last name into a global brand. In 2004, he became a TV icon with his hit reality show, The Apprentice. His famous catchphrase, "You're fired," became part of pop culture and made him even more recognizable worldwide. His time on television boosted his popularity and reinforced his image as a successful businessman and leader. However, Trump was never one to stay in one lane. In 2015, he shocked the world by announcing his run for the presidency. Despite having no prior political experience, he ran on a platform of economic growth, immigration reform, and national security, winning the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton. His presidency was marked by major policy changes, economic shifts, and intense controversies, but he remained one of the most influential and talked about presidents in modern history. Even after leaving the White House, Trump's influence in politics and business has not faded. He continues to hold rallies, endorse political candidates, and comment on national issues. His strong personality and leadership style ensure that he will remain a key figure in American politics for years to come. The lesson from Trump's life. Whether people admire or criticize him, one thing is certain: Donald Trump's life is a testament to the power of ambition, confidence, and persistence. He has faced huge successes, crushing failures, financial struggles, and political challenges, yet he has always managed to find a way forward. His journey teaches a valuable lesson. Hard work, self-belief, and resilience can lead to great achievements, no matter how many obstacles stand in the way. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. Learning English is a journey, and consistent listening practice is one of the best ways to improve. To get the most out of this lesson, I encourage you to re-watch the video and listen carefully to how words are pronounced, how sentences flow, and how ideas connect. The more you listen, the easier it will be to understand and use English in your daily life. Now, it's your turn. What part of Trump's journey surprised you the most? His rise in real estate, his time in reality TV, or his unexpected leap into politics? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, let's build your vocabulary. Which new words or phrases did you learn today? Maybe it was real estate empire, business mogul, or presidential campaign. Writing down new words and using them in sentences will help you remember them faster. If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends who are also learning English. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson. Your English journey is just getting started, and I'm here to help every step of the way. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.